JT, the day we were with her, she wanted something that sounded like Florida. I had started this beat on an airplane, and then I brought it to Ben.
Dane and I actually live together, so like a lot of the times I'll just like sit down and like just fumble around on some chords, specifically when we're working on stuff for JT, because she didn't want to drop that as a single at all. Like her fans pushed her to. She like dropped a snippet of it on live, and people were like, oh, we love this. So here's the beat. We cooked it up in Ableton 11.
So this is the first sound we started with. This is my favorite part of the whole thing. Here's a ridiculous MIDI. By the looks of this, this is clicked in.
Clicked, oh, for sure.
I don't know music theory that well. I'm just going based off of my taste. Here's all the effects to give it a little more human feel, a little randomization on the velocity of everything so it doesn't sound like a robot. A little EQ, nothing too crazy. Some compression. The preset I use Analog Labs for this one. 80s FM EP on the DX7. Also super important, there's only 3 melodic elements to this beat. The next sound.
A little brass sound.
And that pretty much just repeats through the entirety of the song. The next sound we got in here is just a super simple string doing one note.
This is like a really big staple in a lot of things that we do. Like it's typically referred to as like the disco string. One of my OGs referred to it as bringing in the sunshine. I think this particular string was Xenology. They're like the best because it feels just like a mix of like modern with retro. The next part is the 808. Pretty sure it was just like sequel 808.
I took out some frequencies that usually people might boost to make it hit harder because this beat, trying to go for more of the player vibe, more laid back. I didn't want it to be hitting way too hard. I just want you to feel it. Next sound, just this rim.
Yeah, there's also EQ on the rim, taking out the lows.
Yeah, just only high end. Next sound in here is a hat. 2 variations though, this is the first one. I think I might have added just 1 extra one. The tempo is at 95. You know, we go double time with it, and it's kind of like player tempo, which standard for also Florida music is usually around 90 to 100. The open hat. Now we're on to the fun stuff. We got a little triangle here, which again, no variation at all. Sound after that, we got a little shaker going.
Little bounce things. Yeet era as well. Big on the tubular bells. Little melody there.
And that's it. That's the entire beat.
That's the entire beat.
JT came, made the song. I think we were all kind of feeling iffy about it at first. I know especially she was feeling extremely iffy
like
about
this song.
Yeah. I think it was literally the day after. She was like, I love this song so much.
It wasn't supposed to be a big song, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't, like the odds were stacked up against JT and she just literally went out and promoted the living shit out of it and like created a solo career for herself, which was like so inspiring to see.
All right, now we're gonna break down the beat for Reno. Let's get it.
All right, so the first sound, Xenology, my favorite plugin on planet Earth. Just this D50 stack here. This was when me and Bodie were just jamming. This is my favorite thing in the whole beat, to be honest with you. Lead. It's called Polysaws. Next sound here, you guessed it, Xenology. Tubular bell, just on the one here. I think it comes back at the end of the bar. Another Xenology. Little vocal thing. 2 notes stacked on top of each other, just an octave. The next sound is like a stab here. Very similar to the OG sound, but just rhythmic. You see the MIDI here. Looks like the last sound here in a melody is like a bass, like a sub bass. It's like some Law and Order type shit, you know? It's just like this pick bass preset from Xenology. A chorus on this as well, just to give it like a little bit of widening to make it like brighter. Like everything on this beat was just about brightness. It's like we make a lot of loops together, but this particular time we made a bunch of beats.
We made a bunch of beats that day. Yeah. Every sound that we put in that beat, like, we did not overthink at all. Like,
nothing was muted. Yeah. It was just flow state, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Like max. Like, you really can't let the beat stop. Like, you kind of just have to let it keep playing, and it just like, you just keep adding sounds.
And that's why you don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Because you're not stopping and like, oh, what sound would be good here? It's kind of just like, you need to keep the constant jam going. Yeah. One of those ones where didn't think anything of it, went back at the end of the session, was like, yo, actually that one was
this is crazy.
So the next thing we added was this hi-hat, and it's pretty, almost a 2-step pattern, but like a little bit bouncier. Just like some breaks in it to like break up the bounce. This beat was about 10 BPM slower where we made it, and then JT had us speed it up even more. This project file's at like 195 BPM. The next thing we have here is a snare. Yeah, so this one's not your typical like 2 and 4 sort of thing. We also have a perk here. That's like the like Florida perk. An open hat just on the one and some bounce on it. And the next part, Bodie did this 808.
Simple 808, simple pattern, but.
Next thing we've got here is a sub following the live bass thing that I played earlier. So you got like the transient from the pick bass, and you got the low end from the sub, which is making for a cool like unison sound, which is really cool. This crash, which is like a variation of the 808 crash. Another cool thing that Dane added, this stomp, accenting the kicks. It's a layer on top. It just gives it a lot of like transient and like really makes it cut through more. But yeah, that is the construction of the beat.
I'm 254 Bodie.
I'm Danesblood.
And I'm Ben 10K, and you're watching PROD with Our Generation Music.